Read, pick up a book and read. Open up the cover and read. Read all the words inside. Read, travel to a place and read. Open up your mind and read. Read, read, everyone read. Read, pick up a book and read. Open up the cover and read. Read all the words inside. Read, travel to a place and read. Open up your mind and read. Read, read, everyone read. Okay, this time you have to say read. Here we go. Read, pick up a book and read. Open up the cover and read. Read all the words inside. Read, travel to a place and read. Open up your mind and read. Read, read, everyone read. Read, 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 everyone read.
Boys and girls, I have a book for you guys to listen to today. It is called Where the Wild Things Are. I bet you've read this story before. Maybe you got it when you were little. Maybe the first time you heard it was in the library with your librarian at school. Maybe your parents read it to your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, or maybe this is your very first time hearing this story. This is one of my favorite stories to read. I just love looking at the pictures. Look at the cover of this book. What do you think's going to happen? Really? Where do you think this story's going to take place? Maybe you're right. Maybe. I don't know. Who's going to be in the story? Who's going to be the main character of this story? What's it going to be about? But you know what? One thing I want you to listen for is in this story, this little boy has some mischief. Think of what that word mischief is. We'll learn what that means at the end of the story. I might tell you what it means, or you just might have to tell me what it means. You think you know? I don't know. Well, let's listen to the story, Where the Wild Things Are. I really think you're going to like this story. Here we go. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. And another. What's he doing? His mother called him Wild Things, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew and grew. I think it's growing. Has a forest ever grown in your room? And grew until the ceilings hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. I see a moon. And the ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic tricks of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. Oh, do they look scared? Look at Max. His magic tricks. And made him king of the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus begin. Oh my, look at here. I think that is. Look at Max. He is hanging from the tree with the wild things. Look, there's Max. I think he does look like a king. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. I remember somebody else was sent to bed without their supper. Who was that? I think you're right. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Where does people love you best of all? I know. I think you're right too. Maybe home. Then, all around, from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. I don't think he wanted to be where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, don't go, please. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year and in and out of the weeks and through the day. There's Max sailing. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. I wonder what he had for supper. See his supper on the table? But you know what? Whatever he had for supper, it was still hot. Did you enjoy that book? I hope you did. You know, there's some things you can do with this book. You don't have to be old, you don't have to be young, but let's think of some things. Where did the story take place? Maybe you're right. In his bedroom? Or where else did it take place? In the forest? Yes, it did. It took place in the forest. Because what had happened in the beginning of the story? What grew in Max's room? What grew in his room? A forest. Remember the forest? It grew that night. It grew and it grew in his room. Why was Max sent to his room? Remember at the beginning I said, think of that word mischief? What do you think mischief means? I think you're right. Doing things you're not supposed to do. Have you ever created mischief? And maybe you were sent to bed without your supper? I don't know. Now let's think about this. This story. Is it real or make-believe? Yes, it's make-believe. Because can a forest really grow in your room? No, I don't think so. Can you go live where the wild things are? I don't think so. But you know how you can do that? You can do it with your imagination. So some of you, what I want you maybe to do is to, after you listen to the story, and maybe you can play it back and listen to it again, or if you have the book at home, get your book. And I want you to use your imagination and think of what you might do if you got sent to bed without any supper and you were end up going to where the wild things are and a forest grew in your room. Use your imagination. And when you're writing that story, remember you got to use some details in your story. And how to use those details? Use some really good adjectives, okay? Just like the word terrible. They could say just roared your roars, but they said your terrible roars, which made it scary, huh? And showed their what? Terrible claws. And rolled what? Their terrible eyes. So when you're writing, use your imagination. Use some really good adjectives. And if you have a hard time writing, you just write 1 or 2 sentences, or maybe, if you're young, if you want to, if you have a little sister or little brother or cousin at home, maybe you want to just draw a picture. Have them draw a picture of the forest. Have them draw a picture of their room where the ceilings hung with vines and the forest was all around. I hope you enjoyed it, and enjoy writing and enjoy drawing your picture.
Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to take a tour of a farm. We know that farms are used for many different purposes. Some farms grow fruits and vegetables. Some farms have animals. Today we're going to tour a farm with animals. Please join us. Our first animal that we're looking at are cows. Cows are used as a good food source. These cows are also shown in agriculture shows. On this farm, they also have a horse. The horse is used for enjoyment, for riding around the farm. On this farm, chickens are used as a food source. They provide eggs.
So the chickens sit in a box and lay their eggs every morning.
This farm also has goats and baby goats. The goats are shown in some of the agriculture shows, and they could be used as a food source. Look at the sweet baby goat. The babies follow their mother around the farm. We hope you enjoyed our tour of the farm. See you soon.
Hey guys, Miss Sam here. I just finished baking a huge batch of cookies to share with my letter friends. Why don't you come see? Oh no! My cookies are gone! It's a good thing I'm a detective. I'm gonna figure out who did this. I know it wasn't me, and I know it wasn't you, which means the only people it could be would be my letter friends. Was it I? Was it J? Or maybe it was C? The first thing I need to do to solve this case is think. What sounds do my letter friends like to make? What sound does I like to make? Yeah, eh. That's right. What about J? What does J like to say? J, J, J. Got it. What about good old C here? What does C like to say? You got it. Now, let's take a look at the scene of the crime, shall we? I know there was a good plate of cookies here a little bit ago. Now, let's take a look. What do I see? I see a jar full of jelly. Jar, jelly. All right, we've got 2 clues so far. Got to keep thinking about my letter sounds as I look. Jar, jelly. Look! They left some jam on the plate. They must have eaten those cookies after making a lunch. Jar, jelly, jam. And what is this? A cup of juice? Jar, jelly, jam, juice? Have you figured out which one of my friends could have done this? You got it! It turns out I was innocent the whole time. He didn't eat those cookies. And C, even though C is for cookie, he didn't do it either. Which means our culprit is J. He just couldn't help himself. I love the way that you used the clues we had to help me solve the case. Jar, jelly, jam, juice, all of those start with J. Excellent work, detectives. I'll see you later.
Amazon, and B is for boa constrictor. Now C is for Cayman, the Amazon ABCs. Now D is for the pink dolphin, and E is for electric eel. Now F is for the poison dart frog, the Amazon ABCs. Little G is for the grasshopper, and H is for hummingbird. Now I is for iguana, the Amazon ABC. Don't you like the J? J is for the black jaguar, and K is for katydid. Now L is for the leafcutter ant, the Amazon ABCs. Oh, I love the little M is for manatee, and N is for neon tetra, and O is for ocelot, the Amazon ABCs. Watch out for P is for piranha, and Q is for quetzal, and R is for rainforest, the Amazon ABCs. And that cute little S is for the three-toed sloth, and T is for toucan, and U is for umbrella bird, the Amazon ABCs. Watch out for V is for the vampire bat, and W is for the woolly monkey, and X is for the X-ray fish, the Amazon ABCs. Here comes that Y is for the Yipak, and Z is for zoologist, and that's who studies animals in the Amazon ABCs. Yeah, the Amazon ABCs. Can't wait to go to the Amazon singing ABCs.
Hello everyone, I'm Kelly Stumps, a music teacher in St. Tammany Parish. And today we're going to be doing a lesson on dynamics using nursery rhymes. So the rhyme I've chosen is rain on the green grass. The words say, rain on the green grass, rain on the tree, rain on the housetop, but not on me. Listen to it again. Rain on the green grass, rain on the tree, rain on the housetop, but not on me. Can you say it with me? Here we go. Rain on the green grass, rain on the tree, rain on the housetop, but not on me. Excellent. So now we're going to be adding dynamics to this rhyme. And you might be wondering what that word means, but I promise you, you have heard it because dynamics are all around you. It's how loud things are. It's how quiet things are. So in music, we have terms that let us know how loud should loud be. How quiet should quiet be. So our first dynamic we're going to learn about today is forte. Forte means loud. So I'm going to take the little F that stands for forte and put it next to each line on the rhyme. And that means for that line, you're going to speak those words at a forte dynamic. Here we go. Rain on the green grass, rain on the tree, rain on the housetop, but not on me. Excellent. Now, our next dynamic we're going to learn about is the opposite of loud. Do you know what the opposite of loud is? Quiet. And the word for the quiet in music is piano. So now I'm going to put the P for piano next to each of the lines. Here we say, rain on the green grass, rain on the tree, rain on the housetop, but not on me. Great. Now, what would be in between loud and soft? Medium loud, right? Well, the word for medium loud is mezzo forte. So now we're going to say the words in a mezzo forte dynamic. And you know what? We already did that earlier when we were learning how to speak the words to the point. Here we say, rain on the green grass, rain on the tree, rain on the housetop, but not on me. So just then, we did each dynamic for the entire point. But we can mix it together. So what if I choose to do rain on the green grass, mezzo forte, rain on the tree, piano, and then rain on the housetop, mezzo forte, and then not on me. It's got an exclamation point there, so I think I really need to end it loud. So I'm going to say again, the first line, mezzo forte, second line, piano, third line, mezzo forte, last line, forte. Here we go. Rain on the green grass, rain on the tree, rain on the housetop, but not on me. Wonderful. It's so fun to try different dynamics with nursery rhymes. There are tons of nursery rhymes you can look up, and for each line, figure out what dynamic sounds best and then perform it for a friend or a family member. Have a great day using dynamics. Bye.
Hello, Little Pearl Elementary. It's Miss Boucher here, and I am coming to you from my backyard in Abita Springs. It's a beautiful Sunday, and I'm just going to share a little mini lesson with you, something that you can do at home with your family or your siblings. And the fun thing about this lesson is that you get to go out into nature and collect some things, and then you get to create, which is always fun. So I went into my yard and I collected some items, and I'm going to share those with you right now, and we're going to count them. We can count together. First item I gathered were some pine cones. We've got a lot of pine trees. I've got a lot of pine cones on the ground. So that was a good thing for me to pick up this morning. So let's count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The next thing I collected were these little weeds. They're little flowers, and I collected them on the side of the road this morning. We're going to count those together. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The last thing I collected were some rocks. Let me put those down now. You can count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what did you notice about those groups? Did you notice anything the same about those groups? Yeah, awesome. Each group has 6 items. We have 6 pine cones, 6 flowers, and 6 rocks. Now, what I'm going to do, since these are already sorted into groups, I'm going to keep them in their groups, and I'm going to move them off to the side so that we can use them to create. Pine cones are going to go over here, the rocks are going to stay in a group right there, and I'm going to put the flowers right there. First pattern we're going to make is going to be a really simple pattern, and the shirt that I have on is the pattern that we're going to make. My shirt is pink, white, white. So we're going to do that sort of pattern. That's called an A-B pattern. So we're going to do that first. So I'm going to start with a pine cone, and then I'm going to put a rock, and then I'm going to grab a pine cone, and then I'm going to grab a rock, and then I'm going to grab a pine cone. I wonder what comes next. Let's figure it out. Pine cone, rock, pine cone, rock, pine cone. What's next? That's right, it's a rock. Now, if this was a letter pattern, all of my pine cones would be A's, and all of my rocks would be B's. So let's say that together. Every time I point to a pine cone, I want you to say A. Every time I point to a rock, I want you to say B. A, B, A, B, A, B. So we did our first pattern. We created our first pattern. Now we're going to do our second pattern. So before I do that, I'm going to put my things back into their sorted groups. Pine cones are going to go back over here. My rocks are going to go back over here. Okay. So the next pattern that we're going to do is going to use all 3 of our nature items. I'm going to go rock, flower, pine cone. And then I'm going to just start it over again. Rock, flower, pine cone. I wonder what will come next. Rock, flower, pine cone. Rock, flower, pine cone. That's right. It would be a rock. So I'll put the rock there. Okay. Now, if this was a letter pattern, my rocks would be the A's, my flowers would be the B's, and my pine cones would be the C's. So let's say that pattern with me using our letters. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, and that's right, B, C. It would just continue on. So remember, I've got to put everything back into my sorted groups. Just makes it so much easier to create. Now we're going to do one where we use 2 things, and we're going to double up on them. Okay? So this pattern is going to be rock, rock, pine cone, pine cone, rock, rock, pine cone, pine cone. What will come next? Rock, rock, pine cone, rock, rock, pine cone, pine cone. That's right. It's a rock. So we would do 2 rocks there. Now the letter pattern for this, the rocks would be A's, pine cones would be the B's. So let's say that letter pattern together. A, B, B, A, B, B. And then we would just continue on. A, B, B. Now I'm sure I can come up with a lot of other patterns that I could make with these items, but we're going to stop right there. And I encourage you today to go get your own nature items and work with your family and have them read your pattern and continue your pattern. Just remember, patterns have to repeat. And the fun thing about patterns is they're really everywhere. They're on your clothes, they're in your house, they're out in nature. So go out and find some patterns in your environment this week. I hope everybody is well, and I hope that we get together again sooner rather than later. I'll see you again soon. Bye.
Our next exercise for cardiovascular, get our heart going, is touch jumps. Touch jumps. To do a touch jump, you bend down, touch the ground, jump up. When you jump, I want your hands above your head, like you're trying to touch the ceiling or fly through the sky. Okay? Here we go. Let's do 5 touch jumps. 5. Bend down, touch the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. Easy, hard. If it's easy, you can always do 10. Okay? If a little bit too hard, do 2 or 3. Okay? Those are cardiovascular exercises. Get your heart beating. Our next one is muscular strength exercises. Okay? Muscular strength. Get a little cardio, now we're doing muscular. Push-ups. Okay? A lot of people have a hard time doing push-ups. If you do a push-up against the wall, here, get your feet away, lean into the wall, and bend down like this. Okay? Push-ups against the wall. You can do 10, or if that's too easy, you can do more. Okay? Another modification for push-ups is you take a chair. Okay? This might be a little harder than the wall because our angle is changing. Here, you push up this way. Okay? Also, you could just hold the push-up position. Okay? Tight and hold it. This is exercise. Okay? Push-up position gets a little bit harder. Straight. Like I tell my students, don't do a camel. Don't do a swoopy back. Okay? Back and legs straight, looking forward, head up. Hold the push-up position. If it's too easy, then you can do a push-up. The only thing that bends on a push-up is your elbows. Nice and easy, nice and straight. Push up. Nice. Older people, don't let your shoulders go below your elbows. Not good for your shoulders. It's good. Push-ups. Muscular strength exercise. Also, muscular strength exercise. Chair dips. Okay, you're going to face this way. Here, straight, just like a push-up. Bend down slow. Push back up. Slow. Up. Slow. Up. Chair dips. Finding the chair easy, you can use any chair. That's helping your triceps. Okay? Let's do 5 chair dips. So if you have a chair, let's do it. You can try sitting on the chair first, putting your legs out, raise yourself up. Straight like a board. Chair dips. You don't need to go down low, just a little bit. It's good. How many we said? 5, 10? Good job. Chair dips. Our next muscle strength exercise, okay, that I like to show you is the invisible chair. Oh, I like this exercise. Wait, this chair's not invisible. Sorry. Invisible chair, you got to get rid of the chair. Find any wall, okay? Put your back against the wall. Your feet need to be away from the wall. Don't keep them close to the wall. Feet need to be away. Feet separated. slide down on the wall, and sit. Okay? Top of your legs need to be horizontal with the floor, and hold it. Invisible chair. Great for your quadriceps, your leg muscles. Okay? Let's try that for 20 seconds. Here we go. Find your wall. Chair sitters ready. Back again, sit down and sit and hold it. Keep your back flat against the wall. Don't lean forward. Good. You got it. Relax. Keep both feet on the ground. I hope I set my timer. 20 seconds. Great job. All right. Those were muscular strength exercises. Our next set of exercises is flexibility, stretching our muscles out, being flexible. Okay, the first exercise we're going to be doing is high knee claps. Your knee has to come higher than your belly button. Clap your hands underneath your leg. Don't slap your leg. Raise your leg high enough. You get your hands, you clap it underneath. High knee claps. Let's do 20. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your knees up. 5, 6. Good. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keep your back straight. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. High knee claps. Now look at the leg. Do this. Every time I clap, you have to do it. Okay? So follow me. Follow in sync. Hopefully you can keep up. You ready? Clap. Good. Clap. Good. Clap. Good. It's going to get faster, so get ready. Good. See if you can keep up. Every time I raise my leg and clap, you raise your leg and clap. Good. Keep it up. Hopefully your whole family's doing this. See if you can do it. It's going to get faster. Can you keep up? Good. High knees. Good. Go. Faster. Good job. Did you keep up? High knee claps. Great exercise. Okay. Our next one is one of my favorites, the spider dance. Okay. It's really called a hip flexor, but I like teaching it as a spider dance. What you're doing? Your elbows are up high. You come across your body and touch. Okay. Come across and touch. Don't drive your elbow into your knee. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Just touch your knee with your elbow. Don't do this. Elbows up high. Touch, touch, touch. You can do a certain amount. What I like to do is sing the spider dance song. Are you ready? Here we go. Elbows up. Spider dance, raise your knees above your pants. Raise them high, not too low. Raise them fast, not too slow. Watch out, this is the spider dance. Good. Spider dance, great exercise, hip flexor. Okay, reaching out.
Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Spadali. I am a mental health provider with St. Tammany Parish Public Schools. I wanted to share with you today a breathing exercise. It's called balloon breathing. It's a great way to calm the body and help your kids if they're feeling anxiety or stress. So what you're going to do is you're going to place your hands on your head. You're going to interlace your fingers like this. You're going to breathe in through your nose while raising your arms. And you're going to breathe out through your mouth while lowering your arms back onto your head. And we usually recommend doing breathing exercises 3 times. So let's do it again. And one more time. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. There you have it. That is the balloon breathing exercise. I hope everybody stays safe during this time, and we hope to see you guys soon. Thanks.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. This is Rachel Walker back with another short, quick art lesson for you to enjoy. Today, we're going to be drawing together, and then you're going to be coloring on your own, any way you want. So today's supplies, pencil. If you have a permanent marker, great. Paper. You may need scissors and a Post-it. You may not. Just stay tuned for that. And then crayons, markers, colored pencils, watercolors, whatever you want to finish our drawing with today, get that ready too, okay? That means the coloring part. Whatever you want to finish it with at the end to add color. So this Post-it is what you may need if you have younger, maybe more kindergarten, first grade age students. I use a template in my classroom for this project for first graders and kindergartners to help them get started. Now, older students, you may not need this, or maybe you have multiple children at the table with you and you want to do this for everybody so that everybody starts off on the right foot for this project. This is a Post-it, regular Post-it. It's a perfect size. The template you would want to make for your children, for your little artist, would be an oval. Okay, just an oval for a head. Now, what is our project today? Let's get to that. Okay, let's rewind a little bit. This is a project I've done in my classroom for many years, and it is always so fun. I did this with my students earlier in the year, so if you're one of my Lee Road School students, you've done this already, but think of it as practice. Think of this as another chance for you to do it even better. What are we drawing today? We're drawing superheroes. We're drawing yourself as a superhero. We're gonna start at the top and fill our paper from top to bottom with you as a superhero. How cool is that, right? So this would be the head of our superhero. So like I said, if you want to make a template, parents, to help your kids get started, you would just draw it on a piece of paper, a Post-it, whatever you have lying around. My oval is not perfect, and that is totally fine. All right, so this is the area, the part of the paper where your oval would go. If you are doing that with your students, they would hold it with a finger or two and trace around the oval. The oval needs to be a little bit below the top of the paper. Now, if you do not need a template, follow along now. I have my pencil. It's nice and sharp. I definitely have an eraser just in case I need to erase. You're going to scoot down from the top and you're going to draw an oval. Now, why don't you want to press really hard? Because if you have to go back and erase, if you press hard, sometimes your pencil marks stay. Okay, you don't want that. Okay, here we go. Head is done. Let's do this. Let's start with the neck. After the head on your body comes the neck. So I'm going to go down and out. Down and out. From here on out, I'm talking to the students directly, so just listen up. Okay, so these are the shoulders. I'm going to go from this line. And I'm going to curve down and stop where my belt would be or where my pants would be. Stop. You curve down and stop. Now, this might look a little silly, so you're probably saying, why aren't we doing arms yet? Here's why. With my practice with many students with this project, if we go out and start doing the arms, people sometimes get confused. So this little shape right here is going to help us make sure our torso is correct, okay? Now from there, let's do the waist. Maybe you want to do a belt. If you don't, that's okay. We can go back later and do details. All right, you ready for the next step? The collar of your shirt. Maybe it's curved. Maybe it's a V shape. Okay, maybe it's something different. Maybe it's a turtleneck. Maybe it's up here. All right, moving on. This is very important that you pay attention to where my pencil goes. I'm gonna start at the shoulder, diagonal, about halfway down the height of this line, okay? From there, I'm gonna curve back in and stop a little bit before I get to the torso, to the belt right here, okay? I'm gonna do that again. Scoot down a little bit, diagonal out, back in and stop. Now, what is this? This is your hands on your hips. So you try it at where you're sitting right now drawing. Put your hands on your hips. You see the shape? It goes out and then in, okay? Now I'm gonna connect it at the sleeve. Cool, right? All right, you ready? Out Curve it in. Stop before you get to the belt. Scoot down a little bit, out, back in, stop. And there's your sleeve. Okay, I'm gonna, if you would like to erase this line, you can. If you want to keep it, maybe it's a part of your costume, that's fine too. All right, now our hands are on our hips, so we're not worried about detailed hands, okay? So we're just gonna do a curve because our hands are in fists on our hips. And from that curve, I'm gonna do a few little lines for my fingers, okay? All right, moving on to the pants. Now, we wanna save room down here for your shoes, so do not do the legs all the way down. Pay attention to where I stop. Line down and stop. Down, stop. Enough room for your shoes. Over a little bit. Over a little bit. Upside down, thin, skinny letter V. Up, down. All right, maybe you have boots on, maybe you have tennis shoes, maybe you have sandals on, maybe you have heels. Whatever your superhero shoes are, draw them now. I'm just doing a little oval. I have tennis shoes on, so I'm doing some details. You want to do your own details, definitely do that. Pause the video and make your shoes your own. I'm just drawing some simple shoes, okay? What you think? It's looking pretty good, right? All right, now let's get to our superhero costume details. We need a cape, okay? I'm gonna put my pencil right at the elbow, scoot down a little bit, diagonal out. Do it again on this side. Diagonal out. I'm gonna do a wavy line across, skip the leg, wavy, skip the leg, wavy. But if you don't wanna do a wavy line, maybe you just wanna do a curve. Maybe you want it to be zigzag, kind of jagged. Choose your line and follow along. Skip the leg, skip the leg, and connect. Awesome, right? Lines for texture and movement. Remember, pause this because I'm going fast. So the video isn't really long, so pause it and get caught up. What about the floor? Maybe you're standing somewhere. Floor line, skip the leg. Line, skip the leg. Line. Okay, let's keep going. Now we need to know it's you. So pick your shape. I'm gonna do a triangle. Maybe you want a square shape, heart shape, star shape. Maybe you wanna make your own organic wobbly shape. I'm gonna do a line across, and then the letter V, and then again. My first name's Rachel, so I'm gonna do an R for my superhero, because I'm superhero Rachel Walker, art teacher. Saving the world one art project at a time. Maybe you want to draw a regular R. I mean, obviously, if your name is not Rachel, you wouldn't be doing an R, but maybe you draw an A and you want to make it like more like a bubble letter. That would be cool too. Maybe you're learning how to draw script and you want to draw a fancy letter, more curvy. So now's the time to pause it and make your own superhero design, superhero logo right here. Okay. All right. Maybe you want stripes on the pants. Maybe you want polka dots on your shirt. Now's the time to make your superhero costume more detailed. Pause it now and get that going. And then we're gonna move on to the face, okay? All right, we're gonna go towards where the eyes would be and we're gonna do a mask, okay? I'm gonna hop, hop, opposite, curve up, up. If you don't like this mask shape, you could just do curved lines across. Nice size oval, oval, circle, circle, little circle, little circle. L for the nose. Maybe you want to do just a curved mouth like that. That's fine. Maybe you have your own mouth idea. I'm going to do a stretched out letter M, straight line, curved line. Stretched out letter M, straight line, curved line, okay? I just drew it big so you can see it, okay? From here, maybe you have short hair and you can see your ears. Just little curves. Maybe you have long hair and you can't see your ears, so don't draw them. Okay, remember, if you drew this earlier in the school year with me, remember how you drew the hair. Think about how you might want to change it this time to improve it. Okay, I'm not coloring in with pencil, I'm just doing a few lines. Maybe you have short hair. Okay. Maybe you have long hair. Maybe your hair is in pigtails. Maybe your hair's in a ponytail. Maybe you have a big old bow at the top. Okay? All right, from here, where's your superhero located? Okay? Maybe I am in a, maybe I'm in an art classroom in mine. Maybe you are on a street in a city and you're saving the day and there's big buildings in the background, okay? Maybe you are in a forest and you have trees behind you, okay? What can you do on yours to make your superhero look even more like you and like you're saving the day, okay? If you know my classroom, you know I have a lot of shelves. So maybe mine has a lot of shelves, okay? Maybe back here I have a sink. All right, so I'm not going to do super detailed so I don't take all your time, but you get the point. The background, make it your own, okay? So from there, and what we do in my room is we outline everything in Sharpie. You may not have a black permanent marker, and that's definitely fine. Maybe you have a regular marker at home and you can use that. Maybe you have blue markers, red markers, orange markers, and you want to outline every single part of your superhero with a different marker color. Is that fine? Absolutely. You're going to outline much slower than I am, okay? Let's imagine I outlined everything. And that's when you're going to go back with your crayons and start to color, okay? Remember in previous videos what we've talked about with using crayon. Crayon's great, but how can you make it even more unique by overlapping colors to make shadows with crayon, coloring lighter to make highlights with crayon, coloring darker to make shadows with crayon also. So I'm going to take another color and overlap it to make a darker shadow here and here. So let's rewind a little bit. Pick a marker, a regular Crayola marker or maybe a permanent marker. Outline everything, okay? Make sure if you don't have a marker, maybe you want to use a colored pencil and outline everything, okay? And then switch over to crayons, okay? And start coloring. No scribbling, stay inside the lines, and remember, multiple colors overlap to create more interesting areas in your artwork, okay? Happy drawing, happy coloring, take your time. We have a lot of time, so take your time and make it really meaningful. If you draw it once and you're not happy with it or you're thinking you can try again, get another piece of paper and try again, okay? This is definitely a project where the more you try, the older you get, the better you get at it, okay? All right, have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed this superhero drawing lesson.